Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Shane Rosted, and in this series I'm documenting the process of building an agency from scratch. So as a freelance designer and developer, I've worked with clients for a while and finally want to take the leap into kind of creating my own brand around a very specific service. So I'm not going to be not doing the freelance design development work at the same time, but I want to kind of start transitioning to doing a very specific kind of work, and that's design, really conversion focused design and development for Shopify stores. And so in the first episode of this series, let me just switch over here. I put out my kind of master plan, which was essentially to just show where I'm creating content, what the ideas are, the different types of content that I'm going to be creating on this channel as well as on my agency channel. And so the whole point of this channel here is for me to kind of document my process, share everything I'm learning, as well as bring in experts who are agency owners, consultants, and people who have been successful doing this, and get all of their advice and tips and tricks, etc., to share with you, and so that I could learn and kind of help me along my journey here. But so put out my master plan originally, and with that, I put out a tweet saying that I'd love to interview these 10 or so people, and I've already got 6 or 7 people to agree to doing an interview, so that's pretty awesome. I had the opportunity to interview Benji Hyam from Grow and Convert, and he's really awesome. He's super easy to talk to, and so that interview is going to be up next week. And then I'm going to be publishing an interview here with an agency owner probably once every 2 weeks, just not to bog myself down and get distracted from the main goal, which is growing the actual e-commerce agency. My intention here is just to document things, but let's just move on from that. Say this past week, this past Tuesday, also July 7th, was my birthday, so that was really awesome, but it also meant that I actually took a day off for the first time in a while, and kind of half a day off on each end of that. So had a little bit less time to get some work done, had a lot of client work I had to catch up on, so didn't have a chance to really move the needle on a lot of things. But I wanted to make this episode to kind of talk about just really touch base to what I did this past week, what I'm up to next week, and what my plans are and what I'm thinking about on a weekly basis. And so if there's anything you'd like to hear from me as I do this, any kind of things that I'm leaving out, or if you'd like me to not talk so much about one thing or talk more about another, just let me know. But so basically what I started thinking about is this content calendar, and let me actually go to Figma. So I don't have the iPad right now to like put it up on the screen because it's actually my girlfriend's iPad and she's using it right now. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But so I laid out these different things that I listed last week as things that I want to do, and I assigned a due date. So I really want to launch this agency site on August 1st. That would be, I feel like, is a pretty good timeline. It's pretty quick, but also it's going to force me to really work at it. So things I need to do is, one, pick out a name. Tough for me to do, but I'll figure it out. I need to design and build a content site. I want to record interviews and videos to have as kind of a backlog, so I could have things ready to publish and have already kind of done all the post-production work on those. So I'm not behind and always trying to catch up, and instead I could be ahead. And if I miss a week, if I miss a week of recording or something comes up, I'll kind of be ahead there. So with this, what I had to start thinking about was like a content calendar, and that's kind of like one of the main things I want to talk about here is thinking about how I'm thinking about this. So here I've got, this is August, and so this is one of the first weeks in August. And so I was thinking for the videos here, we have the Design to Convert series and the Shopify tutorials. Those are YouTube videos. So I figure I'll publish one of those a week. And then I'll also publish one Ecom Ops interview. So I'd really like to publish one of those every single week, and then one other video every single week. So I would love to do like 3 or 4, but I had to start thinking about what type of effort this was going to take. So I've already kind of blocked off Fridays to create content as like a marketing day and to work on my business essentially instead of doing client work. So on Friday, let's say I have 8 hours or so, give or take, I think that each of these videos or interviews is going to take about 3 to 4 hours to produce. The videos may take shorter, they may take longer, but I kind of want to expect, I'd rather like overestimate early and then build processes around creating these things, and then I can kind of scale it down and maybe do more, or maybe just have more time to do other things. So right now my focus is to actually, create a video and an interview every single week, and that's going to be like almost my entire day on Friday. So instead of trying to do like 3 or 4 things on that agency channel, I decided to do one. So in terms of these videos, I have these in here as the agency founder interviews. I'm going to publish one of those every 2 weeks. And then these progress update videos, luckily I just kind of shoot and record and then hit publish and send it out. So it's not going to take me too long to make these. So I'm not really accounting for those because if anything, this is what's going to, fortunately, this will fall by the wayside before the agency stuff, because this is more of a passion project, documenting things, trying to just like share what I'm learning. Whereas I don't want to let, the whole point is to kind of build up that business. So I don't want to drop the ball there, if that makes sense. So with this, this is how like I think my publishing schedule is going to go, and I'll probably put this into like a Trello board, something of that sort, so that I have everything there, and create some processes. So another thing that I'm doing for these interviews and for the ecom ops interviews is I'm actually creating a process around post-production. So like, what does that look like for me? So for me, it looks like right now I need to come up with a title, a description, I need to rewatch the video, and I need to put in timestamps. I need to put in I need to pull out some key learnings for a Twitter thread. And so I figure I'll take a 1 to 2 minute clip from each interview. And so basically for an interview, I need to pull out a 1 to 2 minute clip and then really edit together that clip to work for Twitter and LinkedIn, etc. And then I need to have some key things that I learned that I want to thread together on Twitter, maybe like 3 or 5 of those. So that is like, and then I need to create a thumbnail, and I need to just basically, that's like the bulk of the post-production there. I also need to edit the interview, but luckily I'm not doing too much editing for these interviews. I think I'll kind of get better with that over time, but I don't want to like try to make them perfect right now, because I think I'm just going to get better over time. But so that's my post-production process, and I think I'm actually going to document that, because my goal would ideally be to outsource that. And I'd love to, like, as soon as I'm essentially the ecom agency is bringing in enough money to justify outsourcing that, I'll pay someone to basically take the video and create all of that for me, and then I can just kind of look it over and kind of say, all right, this is great, and I could have it ready to go and I could publish it the day of. That is the goal. So I'm working really towards creating processes around everything. One person that I love for this is Ryan Stewart. He's a big, really just go look up his channel. I think it's Ryan Was Here. Really great content on SEO, but he talks a lot about creating processes and like documenting everything so that you could have someone else do it. And so hopefully I'll get him to do an interview here, but that's one of the things that I'm working on as well. Aside from that, I mean, I'm almost getting up to 10 minutes here, and so I just kind of want to like wrap this up with saying that my goals for next week are to actually start doing outreach to get interviews for the e-commerce show. I think I have one person lined up to do an interview with. I'd like to get 4. Actually, during the conversation with Benji, he said that he might have someone that would be a great person to interview. So I'm really gonna start doing the outreach there and hopefully get up to 5 people at least scheduled and ready to go before August 1st. And so that's my goal for next week. I'll probably do even more than that, and I'll be working on like the website design and development kind of here and there, but I will have more updates this week. I was kind of dry on updates for this, specifically like building the agency side of things, because I was celebrating my birthday and actually took some time off. And so yeah, next week I'll have more things to share. Let me know what you think about these videos, how you want me to do it. Anything you're interested in learning about, just drop a comment below, or tweet at me at Shane Rostad. Happy to talk. But yeah, so that's all.